Well, in the second half hour, we're going to talk to Austin Hinder and his grandfather, Jim Hannafin. But right now, we're going to switch gears and do a little volleyball. And this is the time to talk about it. Head coach Rich Feller joining us now, 16th campaign. And you don't waste any time at all. You're going to play the number one team in the country tomorrow night at Stanford.
Yeah, why not?
Exactly.
The Pac-12 is always so tough. And, we've been there. We've been in the hunt with the very best. Right now, 7 Pac-12 teams are ranked in the top 25. We happen to play number 1 and number 4 opening week, so might as well dip our feet in right away and see what we're like.
Yeah, why not? Team is 8-2 through the non-conference. What was your evaluation of your team through those first 10?
Pretty much the way I had expected it to come out. I did not expect to lose the matches we lost, and I expected maybe not to win a couple that we won. So. Some different expectations. We're young. We're still learning the game. I think we're going to be learning the game most of the year this year. So I hope to see a lot of improvement as we get better and better and a little more mature into it. But we're starting some young players in some key positions. And the Pac-12 can chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready for it. But I think we developed some confidence. We developed a little bit better team identity through all those 10 matches. And we're feeling pretty good right now about where we're at. We're going to have some tough hills to climb, but I feel pretty good going into the Pac-12.
Yeah, coming off a good win against St. Mary's in 4. St. Mary's obviously a rival kind of a situation there. You've got some talent, to say the least. Christina Higgins was an All-American last year and is kind of leading the way up front this year. Tell us about her game and how she's improved.
Well, she's a year older, much more experienced. She's improved some other aspects of her game, a little better on defense. And when we let her serve, she's got a pretty nice serve. And she's putting up a good wall blocking, getting some good numbers hitting, a little inconsistent right now, but that's probably related to some other things as well. And she's going to be asked to carry a load. She's got to anchor that right side blocking against the best hitters in the country, and then be someone that can get us some points on the board when we're in transition or serve receive and try to put the ball to the floor when she can. Really super aggressive. She turned it on the last half of the St. Mary's match, put up some huge numbers in that match. Just needs to turn it on early in matches and sustain it the whole way.
Rich Feller joining us now on Inside the Locker Room, head volleyball coach for the Bears. 12 consecutive appearances in postseason play. He's been to the championship match, been to a couple of Final Fours. So obviously the legacy of success, the winningest coach in Cal history, over 600 total wins. You're going to be going against Coach Dunning at Stanford. He's got like a million wins. It's over 800 wins. When you look at Stanford, what are the fact that they have 4 returning All-Americans? What other problems do they present?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. They had the number 1 recruiting class in the country 3 years ago, and those players are now juniors, and they're all starting, every single one of them. So they have 6 starting juniors. Their libero's a senior. She's been in libero for the last 3 years. So they've got 6, 7 players that have now been starters and experienced for years, 4 of them All-Americans. They're awfully good. And they're I guess they have 5, or 1 non-returning player, one player not returning from that class is a 6'8" redshirt freshman that has now become a starter for him, beating out one of the Fab 5. And she's a full load along with Janaku and Howard and Burgess and Bug the setter and the whole 9 yards on those guys. So they're very, very good. They don't have a weakness in their lineup. They're big, they're athletic, and they're experienced. They've knocked off Penn State this year already, the number 1 team in the country. They're undefeated. I could go on and on about them, but I should let John Dunning do that. It's exciting though to go into their place. I think they had their first day of school today. So they've also had the luxury of not having to attend classes for the first 4 weeks of the season and intermix that with practice and travel. There'll be a good crowd there. It's a 6 o'clock featured match on the Pac-12 network. And our team's excited. We're keyed up. We're anxious, nervous, every other adjective you can use.
Well, that's good. That can be good stuff. Yeah. That can be good for a young team. And sometimes what they don't know doesn't hurt them either. So
exactly.
You can look at it that way as well, right?
Well, they're starting to find out because we've watched a lot of film.
Okay. Watch too much. Maybe you shouldn't watch any film at all and just say, let's go play somebody, right?
That's probably not a bad idea.
Tell us about your setter and how she's done so far this year as far as coordinating your attack.
Alyssa Jensen is in her second year here. She's actually in her 2.5 year because she came in early in the spring. She set our team all spring and also on our European tour and has done a fine job. She's really running our offense nicely. She understands the game very, very well. She knows how to deliver the ball to the hot hitter. Her consistency is getting better and better. Her set location is getting better and better. She's improving in her blocking and defense, which are two areas that we really wanted her to improve on as well. And she's doing a good job. She's getting it, and I think she's going to get better and better as the season goes on.
Well, it'll be an exciting season. It always is. And come out and watch the Bears over the weekend, as well as they will host the fourth-rated team in the country, the Washington Huskies, as well. So anytime you get a chance to go to Haas to watch volleyball, you're going to see a great match. You're going to see one of the top two teams in the country.
Yeah, really, that's straight down the list with the Pac-12. Anytime a Pac-12 comes in, and that's the rest of the season, it's going to be really good volleyball. And there's nothing like seeing it in person, up close, and really seeing the athleticism. I want everyone to watch Pac-12 Network as well, but there's really nothing better than being up close and in the gym and feeling that excitement and that energy and that athleticism. And we're excited to host Washington, one of the best teams in the country, a semifinalist last year, undefeated so far, doing well, on Friday night, and that'll be a featured game as well.